Managing hedges and trees. These are two of a 3-part group. The third part is my tall trimmer. The Stihl HSA 140C is a very good little electric chainsaw. I've got a big petrol-powered chainsaw, but for managing bushes and trees, this is perfect. This is the Stihl HSA 56, which is again a very good hedge trimmer. A long blade. The hook at the end is when you cut something and you can haul it out with the hook. Somebody was really thinking then when they did that, because otherwise you have to reach up in the tree somehow or get another tool. Not everything just falls off. That's a very good idea. The usual safety handle here. And the good thing about this pair is that the batteries are interchangeable. I got the more powerful battery here, and it's the AK30. It's a bit heavier for this thing, but it's still really good. Lights light up to show you the level of charge. We've got 3 bars out of 4. Didn't think about that before I started, but anyway. So one problem, not a problem, annoying, it's too safe, because you have to hold this while you're running. If you let go, it stops. This keeps 2 hands, one on here, one on here. Very safe. But if you're trying to wave it around like a sword, like this, reaching right up, you can't do it, because you have to keep your hand on the other one. It effectively cuts your reach by a meter. It's really annoying. I've been thinking about taping this up. Thinking about taping that up. But too safe. Great set of tools. Yeah. Grip them both away. But if you let go, it stops. It's okay, but annoying a bit. Great chainsaw. Make sure you keep your oil topped up. Already burnt out one bearing by forgetting to put oil in there. Right, this little hedge is a backdrop to the deck. It's quite nice, but it's well overdue a trim. Just keep it level. I've got to go here, so I need to keep it level, right? Cutting for power, so there's no hesitation or faltering, throw them. Using a hedge trimmer, avoid buying toys. If you want to cut, then you need a proper tool. Some of the little domestic ones are good, right? The front here, of the stereo, I need to avoid that. So I'm proper over here, but I can't go handle, that's no point. Not too bad. It's a bit thicker there, out this way, because the wisteria is coming up, and that's all right. I'll try to round off the edge a little bit. This end out in the sun is growing quite exuberantly. This still will have enough finesse to enable me to get around this rose bush and open it up without actually cutting the rose bush down. Let's see how that goes. Using the hook at the end to haul it out. This hedge is out of control, runs right up there to the chickens and past them. And I'll be getting out the big petrol-powered hedge trimmer to do this one. It's sort of a pole hedge trimmer, much easier to work with for bigger jobs. But I'll still be using my battery one here because I have to finesse around this rose on this gate. It's got lights on it, and I have to avoid all those. And there's a water pipe there going through to the chickens. So the little one is good for that. Charger out of the tree, it's easier than going around it. I've trimmed all around that rose, and the water for the chickens comes up across here and through the hedge and back down there to where there's a tap. So I've trimmed all this out so I can see the hose, so I don't have any accidents. This is the Still multi-tool, this bit, and this attachment is the hedge trimmer. Just pull that out and rotate that to whatever position you want. I think I'm going to go around to about there. There you go, I got it. You need rests. It's hard work holding this up in the air. And it's harder still when you're up here. lunch. Still got to do that end down there. Okay, I've done it. The wife will be happy and unhappy. One, she was complaining about access along here, so I've cut all of that off. It is higher at the far end, and it's hard to cut down. But the southerly wind rips through there, so having a higher bit of bush is not a bad idea. Anyway, this bush maintenance is just about maintenance and to provide the windbreak. It's not supposed to be all geometric. At least that's my view anyway. So the three tools are joined by a fourth. I've got the battery-powered chainsaw, the battery-powered hedge trimmers, the petrol-powered extendable hedge trimmer. With that, it's also got a 1.5 metre, no 1 metre I think, carbon fibre extension pole. And I only use that in extreme situations because it's so heavy when the head's out that far. There's also an alternative head for that multi-tool which has got a chainsaw on the end of it if you're working on reaching up and trying to cut down big branches. But the fourth component to this is a chipper. And I've got a Hansa C7 chipper, which is a fabulous tool. But I'm not going to show it here because it's not about chippers. And in fact, I'm just going to pile this up, probably burn it when it's a bit drier. So it only took a couple of hours. Wasn't too bad at all. And now it's gone from out of control to in control. This is the extension with a chainsaw on the end of it. It's a fabulous tool actually, and it works really well. You can cut just about anything with it. Even though it's little, it's full of power. This thing over here is the extension that goes on here and then down to the tool. It's you can only use that for a short period because it is so heavy with something like that out at the end, then that, then on the tool. But they're both really good. I think that's carbon fibre, that one. This one's a proper chainsaw. It's got oil filling thing for the chain. It's really good. But not for this job. There's only hedge trimming. But I have got some bigger trees that I will have to use this. I'm very fond of these tools. This is the combi tool that goes with the hedge trimmer end and the chainsaw end we just looked at, and the extension. This is a small weed eater. This is a bigger brush cutter with a brush cutting blade on the end of it. And the hand hedge trimmer here, which we saw, and my big chainsaw, and the electric chainsaw that we saw. I've had my fill of buying power tools like this one here that work but don't start or are unreliable. And when you've got a big job to do, or any job, you just want them to go. Just want them to go. So I'm happy with these tools.